In today's video, I'm going to do a deep dive into Bitcoin dominance, and then we're going to review the crypto smartwatch control panel. And specifically, I want to go and review the charts of the coins that are in partial hold status here. I want to know, are these coins topping out and coming back? Is Bitcoin dominance going to bottom here and go up? Or are these coins consolidating and getting ready to continue on their uptrend, which would mean that Bitcoin dominance will be dropping even further from here? I just want to benchmark a few things about Bitcoin dominance, and then we'll come back next week and we'll benchmark them again to see what has changed and see if there are measurables that we've determined. If you're new to understanding Bitcoin dominance, be sure to check out the video that there's a link up in the top corner right now, the 3 keys to Bitcoin dominance. I did this a couple of years ago, but it's still a really great video to go back and understand how Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin and altcoin prices all play together. So here on the 12-hour is where I want to focus, and we're looking at the relative strength index. It's down to pretty good oversold territory. A key pattern for me is going to be this break of the trend line in the RSI. Coming down to these oversold conditions is really good, but for this to turn around and dominance to be going higher and crushing the alts, then the RSI is going to be playing out this pattern. And the important alternate is that dominance could continue going down to new areas that's never been there before, and the RSI will just continue bouncing and bouncing and bouncing through these ranges. It'll just stay down here as dominance is falling. So those are some of the ranges that we'll be looking for in the action of RSI along with Bitcoin dominance. And here we have the MACD indicator. For dominance to be going higher, I would anticipate that the MACD is going to cross this downward trend, and then we're going to break to higher. Breaking that downward trend is always where it occurs, but we can see here that that downward trend can go down quite a bit further than where it is right now. So again, our measurables are going to be pretty similar for the MACD as for the RSI, is that should this MACD be breaking down below these levels, RSI is continuing and proving itself out that it's bearish. However, if we break the uptrend line and we start to build some structure with a 1, 2, 3 formation here, then I'll be watching for top formations all over the alts. Now here, looking at dominance with Bitcoin in the background, one of the reasons I think that dominance is going to bottom and go up is some of these historical patterns where as Bitcoin is breaking out on the new part of the trend, the alts take a beating. Bitcoin dominance goes up. As Bitcoin takes off on the new part of a trend, the alts take a beating. Bitcoin dominance goes up. The Ichimoku cloud, when we zoom in and look at this on the 12-hour time frame, it is still bearish. It hasn't turned around to bullish yet. When we go down to the 4-hour time frame, this has not turned to bullish yet. The blue line has not fully crossed above the red. The trailing indicator is still way in the bearish territory. We're way below the red cloud, which are all indicators of bearishness. If the blue line pulls away from the red, that is additional bearish confirmation right at the bottom as we're breaking out. I still want to remain heavily on guard because of how fast Bitcoin dominance can reverse. I really want to watch what's going on, especially at these triple bottom level. And now, before we get into the crypto smartwatch and some of the actual altcoin markets that are in partial hold status now, let's take a look at the weekly view of Bitcoin dominance. We see that it's historically at low levels that haven't been to since 2018. We've made 3 hits off this bottom, but one of the determinants in this Bollinger Bands is that if we're below the midline, then we are downtrending. If we're above it, then we are uptrending. And the crossover of that midline is really important. So let's zoom in now to see if we are bearish on all of the other time frames. We're definitely bearish on the daily time frame as well. We're bearish on the 12-hour time frame and on the 4-hour time frame. And we're bearish on the 1-hour time frame and the 15-minute time frame and the 5-minute time frame. Everything is bearish, even the monthly time frame. So I'm a little early in calling the turnaround. what we're seeing in many of these indicators is that Bitcoin dominance may continue going down from here. And should that happen, the alts are going to continue going higher. And let's go and take a look at what's going on in the smartwatch. We'll see that day by day as the coins transition from partial hold stance and they move to exit, or they move back into full hold stance. We'll track them either way that they go. So each day when the crypto smartwatch updates, we have this data and we can just quickly go and look at the pertinent markets. What we'll do for the rest of the video now is to review a bunch of the coins that are in partial hold stance. So we'll just go through a bunch of these charts and see, do they look like top formations that are going to pull back, or are these consolidations that are going to be picking up and taking off from here? ADX is in partial hold and full hold stance. It's just going sideways until it really takes off and it'll move up into a full hold stance more strongly. Alice is also in partial hold stance, and we can see that it's made a 1, 2, 3 top formation and it's below that top. So if it does show more weakness, the 4-hour EMA and the 12-hour EMA will cross and it'll kick us out of that. And if it does pull up and go stronger, we'll add back onto that position. Away we go. Ant is another one in partial hold status. So it really is a wild one, and it's a great testament to how this trading system allows for the volatility in the cryptos and keeps us holding on to that wild dog. ARK is also pulling back, but it's making higher lows. So if it does consolidate and build back up, it'll go back into full hold stance. So this is pretty good. I like to see this. However, if it slips a little bit more, it'll kick us out of that trade and we can watch for another re-entry later. AST is another one that's just in partial hold stance right now. And, very close to getting kicked out now. If it pulls back a little bit more, the 12-hour EMA will cross and we'll be fully out of this trade. As each of these markets pulls back and we're kicked out of the trade, we're setting up the bot to run this so that anytime it goes back into full hold stance, our bot will take care of running it for us as well. And you can subscribe to the Crypto Smartwatch. You'll get the spreadsheet updates every day, but you also get access to the bot that we are running. And it's going to expand in its deployment as this market pulls back. We'll get them all automated. Now we're going on to audio as the next one in partial hold stance. So we did get into it just in case it took off, but it's whipping us around and it looks like we're going to be exiting this one unless it gives us some strength immediately. So all of these so far are not looking like a stage and then going higher. AVAX has made 2 good runs up. We feathered off and got back into it here. Beautiful, but it is a 1, 2, 3 top formation. That's what we're looking for, is the 1, 2, 3 top formation, the break of the uptrend line. And then we exit on the 4-hour EMA. We get rid of part of our trade on that 4-hour EMA, and we take profit on the rest of it when the 12-hour EMA crosses. And that's our system. So we can see that it is making a top formation where risk-wise, it would be better to feather out of that coin right now. So there's a few of them that are looking pretty darn bearish. The next one is BLZ, also pulling back pretty hard. If it slips more, we're going to get out on that 12-hour EMA exit. Looking pretty good on all of these profit taking right here. CHR is another one that's now in partial hold stance. Let's go find CHR. Partial hold, and there's our full exit actually. So when this spreadsheet updates tomorrow, we'll see that it's in full exit status, which is always too late. If you're following that for your guide, you need to know the trading plan. And then the Crypto Smartwatch color-coded spreadsheet gives you a really nice guide that you can use to verify your own practice on these trading patterns. It's important to stop and mention here that you can get this entire trading plan for free. The very same trading plan that the Crypto Smartwatch is based on for every single market on Binance, and the same thing that we're botting. You can learn the simple trading plan for free. Put your email address in on the homepage of IntroToCryptos.ca. Finish the registration process and you'll have access to that course, the webinar, and the study guide that goes along with it. So then all of this will make so much sense. Here on Dago, we can see the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, the 12-hour EMA crossed, but it's fading back and our bot will kick us out. Our system will go to exit status here pretty soon if this goes sideways or down just a bit. So now the next one in our list is DREP, and there's several more. There's too many to do in this video, but I'll do a few more, and maybe I'll skip a few if I just recognize some big ones and go across and see what they are saying. You can always come to our Discord and ask a specific coin, and we'll check those ones out as well. Couple more. Let's look at EGLD, which has made some really fantastic moves, a wonderful uptrend. It really hasn't, well, that could be the blow off top right there. That could be the top. There's the 1, 2, 3 top for sure, where we can see the 1 and a reversal candle with it. 2, 3, I'm certain if we looked in the Bollinger Bands, that would be a mean reversion sell signal right there at the top. Massive breakout, huge sell signal order, 1, 2, 3 top formation, get out of this market. So our 4-hour EMA gave us the flexibility to hold. The 12-hour EMA is still giving us the flexibility to hold a piece of this trade just in case the market goes higher. But if it starts to fade more, we'll get totally out of this market and watch to see what ends up happening. So Mana, also some big reversal wicks up at the top. Is this an exit? Well, not yet. We've got part of our trade we would have taken profit on, and we're just holding on with half of our trade to see which way it goes. Should it continue higher, we'll get back into that full trade, but any more weakness from here and the 12-hour EMA would cross and we would get out. It is a top formation. Not the place to be starting a trade right now. I would give it some time. And should Bitcoin take off and dominance rise and the alts get crushed, this probably will come back to a level and give us a formation that the rest of us can take a position in. If we didn't get in on this beginning of the metaverse craze, maybe we'll get a pullback that'll give us something we can get a little position in on that one. And now to finish up this video, I have a long-term chart for us to take a look at. This is the bottom one is the 2020 bull and bear markets. So you can see when we had the most number of hold status coins. And the most important thing is really depicted well here at the beginning, where we see the alerts jump up first and the holds will be jumping up right along with them. Then the holds take over as most of the coins that are going to go bullish have gone into hold stance. Then as the market eases off, the coins will go into partial hold stance. So you can see this transition really nice here. And as the bull market fades off, we can see that the partial hold status coins fade back as well. So in this market, we stayed pretty close to a bull market all the time, really teasing us, going sideways, lots of coins in alert status here. When the next big bull wave came in, we can see the progression of it. The alerts jumped up first, then the hold statuses followed along, and they stayed steady for a good long time, those hold status coins. As that bull market eased off, we had 2 waves where the partial hold status coins picked up, but then it went back into bullish. We pulled back again, another wave of bullish, and then we pulled back. And this was in September of 2020. So February, we had a run. In May, June, July, August, we had a run. It ended in September and we went down and flat for a long time until the beginning of 2021. This top chart shows us 2021 as the alerts pulled up first. They gave us lots of notice and then the hold status coin started to pick up. We had some phenomenal gains through the early part of 2021. Then that all contracted back at the end of May. We had another run up from the beginning of July until the end of August. We had a lot of hold status coins. And again here, we transitioned from a full hold status to a whole bunch of partial hold status coins. And then we trickled down to almost nothing that we're holding and very few alert status coins. The wave started again. The alerts came first, the holds came second, and as we're easing off, those hold status coins are pulling back and the partial holds are picking up. Just as we've seen at the end of all of the bull waves all the way along. We've also seen several times before that we've had an ease back in the bull market and then a continuation, an ease back and a continuation a few different times. I'm kind of not expecting it this time simply because of the position that Bitcoin dominance is in. As a wrap up and an unannounced thank you, because you've watched all the way through this video, I'm going to offer you the coupon code YouTube15, where you can save 15% off the annual subscription to the Crypto Smartwatch control panel. That'll give you access to the control panel here. You'll have access to the home page that shows you the specific coins that are in partial hold stance, which ones are the new holds, which ones are the new alerts, which ones are the new partial exits, which ones are the new total exits. These are the ones to really take the time to look at. In addition, you get access to all of the historical details so that you can look through the color coding for all of these different coins right up into the present. And then you can scroll through and check out your favorite coin and see where it is in the progression of the hold status. And now, as an added bonus, the Crypto Smartwatch Diversified Portfolio is included as part of your annual subscription that you will save 15% on right now. Click over onto the website, visit the Crypto Smartwatch page. You can learn more about what the Crypto Smartwatch entails and what it provides. Not only do you save 15% on the annual fee, it cuts your monthly fee average below the $19.95 a month. You also get this bot that is a $49 a month value. Can't beat it, especially with the YouTube 15 discount code. I wish you all the best in your altcoin trading. Trade smart and keep those losses small.